There are so many moments in Stardew Valley, but for this video, I'm only interested in the best moments. The moments that are relatable for everyone, so let's get right into it. One of the best and most recognized moments in Stardew Valley is heading over to the flower dance and asking your favorite villager to dance with you, and then getting absolutely rejected. It's just a great feeling in the game. Luckily for us, the next best moment occurs right after you have begged and bribed your favorite villager in the game, and they have finally said yes to your constant harassment. Yes, this is when your favorite villager finally says yes to your marriage proposal. Finally getting to marry your marriage candidate just fills you with fulfillment. Just remember to remind your new spouse that they rejected you at the flower dance by giving them coal for their birthday. And next up is a little bit controversial, and you might not agree with me on this one, but when you sacrifice a prismatic shard at the dark shrine of selfishness and turn your children into doves, finally getting rid of these critters is just great. Let's be honest, they are kind of just in the way. Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. The combat in Stardew Valley is not that tough, but it can be a little bit annoying with those flimsy, heavy weapons that don't deal much damage until you find your first prismatic shard. The moment you find your very first prismatic shard is actually game-changing. Just remember to please turn your first prismatic shard into a galaxy sword instead of donating it to the museum. The galaxy sword is great, and it's just amazing when you find your first one. You do not have much energy in Stardew Valley, and you will run out of energy fast, like really fast. And the only way to increase your energy is by finding star drops. Finding your first star drop just fills you with ultimate fulfillment and will make you want to find more, because the energy boost is crazy good. After finding your first star drop, you will be completely motivated to find them all, and each and every time you find one, this rush of dopamine will rush through you, especially since some of the star drops are so hard to get. One of your first and most important goals to complete in Stardew Valley is completing the community center. If you have ever completed it, you'll know that it takes an insane amount of time and dedication. If you miss a single crop or fish that is season specific, you will have to wait an entire year to get that item. When you finally donate the lost item and complete the community center, there is this huge sigh of relief just because of how much dedication and patience is required to actually complete it. Unless you go the easy way and just buy out the development projects from the JoJo Mart. After completing the community center, we can finally play the game stress-free. When you first start playing Stardew Valley and try catching fish, you will very quickly see that the fishing minigame in Stardew Valley is really tough. It takes quite a while to actually get good at the fishing minigame, and eventually you'll be able to catch the fish with relative ease until you try and catch the legendary fish. Man, the legendary fish are hard. After 10, 20, or even 50 failed attempts, eventually you will finally catch those legendary fish, and when you do, it's kind of amazing. Nothing else beats the feeling of catching a legendary fish. It's an astonishing achievement that should not be taken lightly. Good job. You are always going to need money in Stardew Valley, and one of those methods of making money that will seriously set your farm up for permanent success is investing in starfruit and cusks in your basement. Unfortunately, these take an entire 2 seasons to fully age from regular to iridium quality. That's a long time, and you'll often see yourself entering the basement every single day to see how far they are. And then one day you enter your basement and every single one of your starfruit wine is fully aged into iridium quality, and you just know that your time and patience has paid off. You're about to make mega bucks off of this single sale. When the time finally comes for your wine to be fully aged, your financial situation will be set one step closer to that golden clock. There are 120 floors in the regular mines, and there is an infinite number of floors in the Skull Cavern. The only thing holding us back from getting as deep as we would like is time. But do you know what is great? When you land on a new floor and the very first rock you hit has a ladder, I am usually just like, wow, that was lucky. But then there is something even better than that. In the Skull Cavern, iridium spawns more often the deeper you get. So getting as deep as as possible is quite important if you want to stockpile the most valuable resource in the game. Luckily for us, in the Skull Cavern, you can find these shops that will allow you to skip a bunch of levels. These skips can range between 3 and 15, and when you click on a shop and it says 15, you know you're about to find some iridium. 15 levels is just insane and incredibly rare. Out of curiosity, have you ever seen a 15 floor skip? Okay, so we can all agree that starfruit in Stardew Valley can and will produce insane amounts of gold for you. There is no denying that. However, having to replant the starfruit every 13 days can really be a pain. That is where ancient fruit comes in and absolutely demolishes starfruit in terms of convenience. So finding that extremely rare ancient fruit seed will definitely make anyone's day much better. Sure, the process of getting many ancient fruit is long and tedious, but damn, ancient fruits are great. Ginger Island is pretty great. There are tons of things to do on Ginger Island, and it is probably one of my favorite places to be in the game. Unlocking the farmhouse on Ginger Island is kind of a hidden gem that is often overlooked. Without the farmhouse, you will have to try and get back to your regular farm before 2 AM or pass out. So getting the Ginger Island farmhouse is pretty good. I am not going to lie. Okay, picture this. It is the early game. You just planted a couple hundred strawberry seeds and you have no sprinklers, meaning you will have to water everything. After a long day of watering, you head over to your bed and call it a night. After waking up, you hear it. You hear the sound of rain. The rain will save you an absurd amount of time. This rain will allow you to actually play the game and not be forced to water the entire day. But wait, there is something even better. Imagine the exact same scenario. You have planted hundreds of strawberries. There are still many days left before your strawberries are actually ready for harvesting. So again, you go to sleep, but this time something else happens. Something much more game-changing. A crop fairy comes over and blesses you with her magic, spreading her fairy dust around and forcing your crops to fully mature. Crop fairies are great, especially if you just planted crops and they really put in the work. On day 1, in your 3rd year, your grandfather's ghost will come and visit you and evaluate your farm. When he does visit you and all 4 of those candles are lit up, you get a statue of perfection. Probably one of the best things that signifies how far you've come from the first day on your broken down farm. And lastly, hitting subscribe on my channel. Hitting subscribe will guarantee you tons of videos on your favorite games and sometimes some videos on random game. Either way, hitting subscribe will most definitely fill me, you, with pure joy. So hit subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, but for now, I will see you in the next video.